Network in America.
What's up, y'all? This is Wali Magazine Radio. We are live right here, man. Real happy to be here. It's Saturday. I'm ready to have some fun. And you know, today I've told you guys she was going to be here last week. She's sitting right next to me. All right, the beautiful, the amazing, the actress, the host. Wow. Jules Nobles, how you doing today?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I got here super early today.
Super early.
I was waiting.
And the sad thing about it is I was late. Like, it flipped.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I was
good.
like, I have to be here. So it's really an incredible opportunity, first of all. So I'm just excited.
Thank you. Nah, man, we happy to have you here. And, of course, you know, we happy to have our special guest.
The young executive.
Yes. Yes.
What's
I
up,
was
man?
waiting to
How you
say
doing
that.
today?
Yes.
Oh, man, so happy to have you here, man. How's your day going?
The pleasure's all mine, man. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, we met before, actually.
Yeah.
You know, at a Tiffany Robinson event, and as soon as like your aura, man, is real great. Like you're real positive, and you know, you don't meet a lot of people like that, and that was a pleasure to meet you, man.
That means a lot to me, bro. Thank
even
you.
my staff was like, wow, you know. So, man, thank you so much, man.
Dope.
Appreciate having you. So, tell the folks out there, where you from?
Yo, I come from a place called Haiti. I was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, raised in Stamford, Connecticut. I spent a lot of my summers in Queens, New York, so I got a little bit of that New York swag in me, right? Yeah, so that's about it.
And then I'd like to ask, because I said it first, young executive.
Yes.
Where did that come from? Because that's pretty catchy, I think.
Thank
and
you.
the way you spell it.
Yes.
Have to look it
you
up.
gotta put that K in
It's
it.
the EXEKUTIV.
Yes, you see that. You see that. You know, I was really just thinking of a way to brand myself. When I was in school, I went to school at Morgan State University, shout out to MSU, and I was working with a company out there called Legal Shield. And during my time in college, I became the youngest executive director in that company in the state of Maryland. So that's where I learned how to get my business skills from, how to build a team, how to recruit people, how to train people, and how to speak came from that company. And when I became the youngest executive director, I was hyped about it, so I just ran with it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would have said about myself, too. That's impressive.
That's dope. Thank you.
And Legal Shield is pretty popular. I've heard of it
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. It's just a way to bring affordable legal services to the everyday individual. So instead of paying $200-$300, pay $20-$30 a month.
Okay.
What advice would you have for any young person out there that can follow your steps? Because that's pretty impressive. You know what I mean? What did you do? What was the main thing that you did to get to become the young executive?
Man, I got rid of my excuses. I
No
got rid of my
excuses.
excuses. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make both.
No.
Yeah.
You know, so I got rid of my excuses. I was always thinking, oh man, I'm too young to do this, or the older generation won't connect with me. But when I started putting things in motion, the older generation was seeking me out more than even the younger generation, because they knew how essential it is to have a younger voice, you know, speaking to the youth.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, so that, I'm sure, is what led you to writing the book that you see right here. And it's Amazon's bestseller.
Yes,
it's one of the best-selling books on Amazon. So if you're already attached to Amazon, go ahead and log in. If not, you can sign up for free. The book is called 365 Hip Hop, and it is a daily motivational quotes book.
Yes.
And it's written by the young executive right here. But I'd like to know how that transition was from going from Legal Shields, getting rid of your excuses, and getting to writing this book. How
You know
was
what's
that?
crazy
What
is
inspired
that I never even considered myself a writer. The crazy part is I've never even kept up a diary for more than like 3 months or something like that, you know? So the idea for the book didn't come to me until I grew a closer relationship with God. And I really feel like he put that idea in my mind because of the way the culture is. I took a trip out to Philly, and I'm at a basketball game, and at the basketball game, you know, everyone's going crazy when they play the music and all of that stuff during the halftime show. I seen these two boys, had to be like 3 or 4 years old, looked like they were brothers, and they knew every single word to every single song that came on. They knew every single dance move. So I'm like, yo, little man, you're killing it. But what's 2 + 2? And he looked at me and was like, I don't know that.
Wow.
And that really really hurt me.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, like, the capabilities there because they know all the lyrics, they know all the dance moves, but they don't know the basic math, basic English, basic things that, other kids would have,
Right.
So that really, let me know that the influence is there, but it might not be positive. So what can I do without trying to compete with the influence of a Nicki or a Drake? I just decided to pull from the positive things that they said, add my daily motivation and affirmations to it. So that's how the book came about.
Oh, get out of here. So now you do consider yourself a writer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because absolutely you are.
Yeah, for real.
And did you write prior to that? Like, was you doing poems or anything like that before?
The only experience that I had prior to this was my motivational speaking through Legal Shield. Like, I would do presentations all the time. And that's where I grew my passion for personal development. I started actually reading books that motivated me.
Like which ones? Because that was my next question.
21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership is a great one. The Compound Effect is a great one by Darren Hardy. I grew a great respect for E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher, Les Brown are some of the greats in the industry. And I'm like, man, I started looking at the YouTubes, I started reading the books, and I started gravitating more towards that. But the key for me was I got a gift at work for Secret Santa. It was a daily motivational quote book. The girl was like, Carl, I know you're into motivation, so you probably have 100 of these. And I'm looking at her like, what is this? And I actually used that book as a blueprint for me and my book, So I just put my thoughts and also the hip hop quotes in it, and I used that format as a blueprint.
All right, man. We're gonna take a quick break, then we'll be back in a few. The youngest.
Yo, Wali got that Barry White voice on, man.
And that Hades coming out, I can hear it every once in a while.
I'm trying.
Hey, it's your favorite Aussie, Melly Mel. You're listening to DSN Damatrix Studios, the #1 network in America.
All right, man. It's YB Magazine Radio. We just took a little break, but we still here. We still having fun. We sitting here with a young executive called Michel.
Yes.
Learning about his book, getting educated. You know how it goes. All right, man. So I'm just curious, man. I really want to know, what's your favorite hip hop quote?
Oh yeah. Man, don't do me like
that.
that.
Out of 365.
Don't do me like that.
I want to know your favorite one because I have a few that you have that you wrote
that
I actually took for myself. So I want to know what you took. What do you take for yourself? It's like a doctor. You prescribe all this stuff, but what do you take?
Doctors don't take medicine, right?
What do you do?
It really
formula?
depends. Jay-Z's my favorite rapper, but if I'm gonna say a quote that is like the theme for the whole book, is right on the back, and it's by KRS-One. It says, "If hip hop has the ability to corrupt young minds, it also has the power to uplift them."
So that's the equal but opposite by Isaac Newton.
See?
Hi, Mom.
See? He flipped that. I like that a lot. I like that. So that's one of my personal favorites because, that just goes to show you a lot of times people associate hip hop with negative things. You turn on the radio, you hear a lot of destructive messages, but these are the same influences that could say something positive and have you doing the right thing. So that's the approach that I took.
Yeah. That's really clever.
Thank you.
Who are some of the people that you work with in the hip hop community?
Some of the people that I've been blessed to meet, man, and start to really network and connect with and build that relationship. I met the legendary Lauryn Hill.
I saw that.
Jadakiss, Fab,
Russell Simmons.
50.
I was like, you've been
Russell Simmons,
amongst this constellation.
Yo, things have been, doors have been opening. When you start to operate in your purpose, man, God will open doors for you that no man can close.
Indeed.
So I'm a firm believer in that.
So out of the statement that you have on the back of your book that addresses what the pretentiousness of music, hip-hop can do for the community, what is your perspective on the current state of hip-hop in America?
Well, it really depends on the area you're in, because certain areas are going to gravitate to a different kind of music, but right now in the 80s they were speaking on crack is whack. In the 90s it was more so, okay, we're going to get money by selling drugs, but today's music, they're glorifying They're glorifying using the drugs. So we became the sellers to the users, and that right now it's a little scary because you see what's going on, and that's what's warping the minds of the young generation. They think that type of thing is cool, but it's really not.
So what would your solution be? Because I like to ask for you to diagnose something, but then it wouldn't be fair to leave it there.
Absolutely.
So it would only be fair for me to then ask you as an educated and forthcoming individual and take your influence and your experience and then provide what your solution would be.
Don't be afraid to make your own decisions. A lot of times we listen to the popular thing, what other people want to do, but I had to learn a lesson for myself that I wasn't born to fit in. I was born to stand out.
That's a great statement.
I used to hang around with friends that I thought were cool just because, I wanted to be down. I wanted to be, looked at as cool or tough or whatever the case may be. But, I put it to you like this: do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Yeah. So you need to associate with the right individuals who have your solutions rather than the ones who have your same problems. So if the music has influenced you to do crazy things, stop listening to that type of music, or find the positivity in it, so don't be afraid to stand alone.
Yeah, I like that. I like when I say I like it, the reason I say that is because I just mentioned solutions, and I think it's easy to get warped into what your excuse is or what the problem is or what the current situation is and not then ask for accountability to provide solutions or to rectify the situation. So.
And you know what else on top of you mentioned accountability.
Oh yeah.
We support the music that is glorifying the crazy things. So if we didn't put our dollars there, I guarantee you the rappers would make different kinds of music, because the truth is, the conscious rappers aren't making as much as the ones. No, that's one exception to the rule. That's one exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? During that time frame, you know what I'm saying? But we might have one or two examples, but we can compare that to 12 or a dozen or multiples of individuals who are making that type of income and are not saying the right things. You dig?
Yeah.
So,
And,
Not saying the right thing because they're drug dealers.
well, yeah, I hear you. And
These people got day jobs.
so you also offer, youth mentoring services, right? Can you tell us what you do?
Yeah, I mean,
what your main goal is?
The youth is my passion. So I've been going into the schools a lot, and my latest project, I'm not writing a part 2 to the book. What I'm doing is actually putting a workbook together. Right. So that way we can actually interact with the youth a lot more. So we can talk about peer pressure. We can talk about drugs. We can talk about the sex, drugs, money, and violence, the things that you hear often on the radio, and what the actual solutions are to that. So every issue that we have that we're facing today is addressed in the book.
Okay.
Now, also, do you think that, it's sad to say, but today it seems like we have to tell our kids how to address the police? Do you think that that's something that, my father taught me? He told me that, if the cop comes, he pull you over, you don't try to act like you hard. Just say, yes, sir, no, sir, and, just listen to what he say. So, and I took that with me. And do you feel like that's something that kids need to be mentored about too, taught in some ways? Well,
you're definitely blessed to have a father in your life to instill those principles in you.
Yeah.
Not everyone does, but that is a great key. That's a major key, like Dallas said. That's a major key to take with you. But that's not just when you're interacting with police. That's when you're interacting with people. Right. That's people skills. Yeah. Somebody could be having a bad day, and you gotta know: am I going to diffuse this situation, or am I going to take it to the next level?
Absolutely.
So it's not just police, which is a huge issue, especially today, but it's people in general. If I can confront you without getting into an altercation, right? But not everyone is able to do that. So if you're in a situation where the quote unquote individuals with authority are approaching you, you have to make a decision: am I going to take this situation to the next level, or am I going to handle it calmly right now and then go and do things differently. So I think the information that your father gave was perfect.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just to piggyback, both sides of the coin have to be able to not try to have court, jury, trial right here
In the
and a
situation
traffic
right there,
stop.
yeah.
Are you kidding me? You can't do that. The cops are not judges. They do the scope of what a cop does.
Yeah.
And you as a citizen, me as a citizen, I do what is going to be life preservation. Life preservation is key. So, and respect is key.
Respect.
So,
respect goes a long way right there.
They're
Yeah.
tax-paying, employees, and they're here to protect and serve. So I think it's a two-way street with
Yeah,
that.
and we want that respect as much as we give it as well.
Yeah,
You know
both
what I mean?
ways.
Yeah, it
certainly.
definitely has to go both ways. So
So next, with mentoring services, I wanted to ask, how do you address in breaking down from the book Going to Workshop parenting? Because he mentioned something that you did say is key, and I agree, is that teachers can't be 100% responsible for shaping this person who's going to be a upstanding tax-paying citizen when parents have to have a hand-in-hand factor in role-playing for our child
that's a fact.
as well.
What's huge is the parents can't be lazy when it comes to parenting. Oftentimes when you had a long day or don't want to deal with your reality, you just sit the kid in front of a television.
Yeah.
When that's
Or
your
iPod.
opportunity to mentor, mold, and cultivate that young mind.
It's
We
24-hour
don't-
job.
It is,
There's no time off.
and it's the most difficult job on the planet. But you have every single opportunity to mold that young mind into something great. Don't leave that up to the parents. I mean, up to the teachers that might not have as much of an invested interest as you do.
Likely.
Wow, man.
So
Yeah.
what after we're gonna make it a little lighter in here? What are some of your future? So from here, goals are important to me, and I'm interested a lot of times in from hearing what got you here, and then where does this lead you to? What's next?
You know what, man? It's been so huge just to have the support of friends, family, social media. That's
saw
what
that.
that's what propelled the book to #1 in the country. But what I want to do is take things to the next level, which is New York Times bestseller. And in order to do that, you have to move physical units out of bookstores. So right now we're about to get accepted into Barnes & Noble. And that's when we're going to take it to the next level, which is New York Times bestseller, but also get more into speaking circuits and really spread the message and how hip-hop can be used in a positive light to shape the culture.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, you got our support. Wali Magazine,
definitely.
Radio got you, the magazine. You're actually going to be, I appreciate it, man, you're going to be in our September issue coming up
Yes.
Yay.
real soon, so I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about
Man,
that
thank
too.
you, man. Yo, I knew I had to work with you from the moment I met you. And you mentioned social media. Let them know where your social media information
Oh,
is.
yeah, everything is at Young Executive. It's YOUNGEXEKUTIVE at Young Executive. So that's Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat. What they got, the Insta Snap now.
I
So
know,
it's on
it's too
everything.
much.
So yeah. It's on everything.
All right. And you want to give a shout out to anyone?
Thank God for the opportunity, as always, my family and every single person who's ever supported with a purchase of a book, a like, a comment, a repost, or anything like that. Can I hit you with a couple quotes, though?
Yeah, go ahead.
go
It's all
ahead.
yours, man. Go ahead.
Some of my favorites. I mentioned Jay-Z earlier. Jay-Z says, "I'm different. I can't base what I'm going to be off of what everybody isn't." So if you look around and there's no examples of success in your family, in your community, or even on television, that means you need to be the example. I don't care if there's 1,000 people who tried and failed. That just means they ain't you and you ain't them.
Yeah.
I'm different. Nicki Minaj says, true confidence leaves no room for jealousy. When you know you're great, there's no need to hate. So if you're doing your thing with YM Magazine, I can't hate on you for that. You know what I mean? Like, your success doesn't take away from anything that I'm doing. It's just like my success doesn't take away from anything you're doing. Like, a lot of the things that is missing from our communities is that unity. You know, so if you're doing great, that should be an inspiration to me to advance and do better as well. You know, so when you know you're great, there's no need to hate. I could go on and on, but my man Common said, nobody believed me until I believe me. And that's one of the things, man. I'm telling you, if I said that the book hitting #1 is a surprise to me, I'd be a liar. Because 2 years ago when I started writing this book, I said this is going to be a #1 bestseller. And nobody believed me until I believe me. You know, to this day, we regard the late, great Muhammad Ali as the greatest boxer ever. Yeah. Not because he had the best record, because he lost a few fights, but because he told us that he's the best. He told us he's the greatest. And to this day, even though he doesn't have the greatest record, we regard him as the greatest boxer of all time. Nobody's going to believe you until you believe you.
Well said. Well said.
One of your quotes was, inspiration is the greatest gift you can give or receive. Where did that come from? Where did you, is that experience, or is that something that you saw?
The biggest thing that you can do for someone is invest in them. That's the biggest investment you can make. You know, just planting a seed and helping to cultivate it and watching it grow. That's huge.
It
you
is.
know, change doesn't happen in a day, but it happens daily. So as long as you keep pouring into someone, you're gonna see some dope results.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was one of the ones that stood out to me. And then the other one was, make sure your smile is always bigger than your problems.
That was one of my first quotes I've ever sent, to be honest with you. I
think because everybody has some adversity or challenge wherever that may be, whether family, work, or health, or there's different things. I wonder, how do you explain that specifically when someone may be going through something that you or I may not be able to address? I work in healthcare as well, and sometimes people have cancer. Well, I don't. So it's sometimes difficult to speak on something of that magnitude. Yeah. But to have the audacity to is pretty powerful, I thought.
Yeah, that was one of the first quotes that really began my path to personal development, because I was in a really dark space, and I came across that quote, and I just took it and ran with it. Every day after that, I just kept smiling. People were like, why are you always smiling? I would rather do that than, than anything else. But every day,
and you have to have some mental toughness.
Yeah,
and resilience to constantly have a daily struggle, to have a daily just uncomfortability and adversity, and then to choose to smile. I think it's a choice.
That's a decision. Every day you have a decision to have a great day or a bad one, you know. So despite the circumstances and despite the things that come at you, you choose how you react to that. Yeah. So take it with a smile.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Man, you makes me think about, before I started this too, a lot of things she said really touched me, really made me think about how, even when I started it, some people didn't believe. I believed in myself, and it has grown
tremendously.
And we here now, and I'm sitting close to you. That's definitely right there, out of me believing in myself. And taking, I fought before I even got here too, to stay positive. I think that's one of the hardest things. And a lot of people say, good things happen to good people, or, you send positive vibes out, it comes back to you.
That's it.
When I did that, because there was a lot of, like you said, I was in a dark place at one point in my life too, and a lot of negative things was happening to me. But I'm like, why? I just kept like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? But never knew until now, when I look back, like, I wasn't being positive. I wasn't being positive before. Like, every day I'm going out there and I'm sending out negative vibes, like, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Instead of saying, oh, no, I want this to happen. Think about what I want to happen and make it happen. So I appreciate what you're doing, and I appreciate everything you said, and it makes you think, and I think that's a good thing. Everyone should be thinking about improving themselves. Not necessarily have to change who you are, but just, if you can't see things about yourself, weaknesses, then why not improve on them?
Improving, yeah.
Progress is the concept. That's it. I like that.
All right, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you
so
having me
much
here. I don't even want you to go. I feel like I'm going to do like 3 hours right here and learn, get educated right here. And that's thank you.
Yay.
We'll be right back in a few.
Hey,
In the
YB
meantime,
Magazine
pick up
Radio.
the book,
Mel,
365
you're
Hip
got
Hop.
it?
to Damatrix Studios, the #1
All right, y'all, we back. This is YB Magazine Radio. You know, just wanted to come back. You know, we all got to give our shout outs. We can't just leave it like that. Got to let you guys know what's going on. And, Jules,
Yes.
where can we find you? Social media information.
I'm like Carmen San Diego. You can't find me. Thank you. I'm kidding. Just julesnobles.com. Yep. All social media is my name, Jules Nobles, JULESNOBLES, and I'm social. I talk to people. I follow back, all that stuff. So
Very nice,
Yep.
very humble, very beautiful. And
Yep.
I work with her. We did the New York Summer Fashion Explosion. If you go check that out, you can go to our YB Magazine YouTube page and
Right.
check it out. And you'll see the video on there. And, man, I loved it, man. She was killing the interviews.
I just
Chat.
love to talk.
It's a long day.
I know.
It was
Everybody got an
everybody
interview
was
from
trying
me.
to get that interview from her. It was crazy.
Yeah, I like it.
And like I said, once again, still got to call Michel here, the young executive.
Yes,
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 Gonna
yes.
be in
Mr.
the magazine
Michel.
for September.
Yo, and shout out to Damatrix Studios too,
Yeah,
man.
big
Yes,
shout out to them.
Always
major
love every time I
salute.
come up here, man. So make sure you support the networks like this who are really, really putting people on, man.
And support him also, man. Like,
Definitely.
I'm not gonna come up here and
Getting the
say
book.
everybody's
Yes.
nice. No. Like if you
Yeah.
ain't nice, you ain't nice. And I met some, unfriendly people in this industry, people with a lot of egos, and I don't get that from this man. Very, very humble person.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate having you on the show. Make sure you guys go follow us at YB Mag, YB Mag Radio, YB Mag Hip Hop. Our hip hop website is www.ybmaghiphop.com. We got www.YB Mag, and I promise you we will have a lot more. We're going to be staying in touch
Absolutely.
and supporting this man right here, so you do the same, all right?
Yes,
And
yes,
then
that
we
means a lot to me.
have the best photographer. We have
Shout
the
out
best.
to my photographer. She hot. She'll come on. She'll come through. And of course, I gotta get a shout out to DJ Lover.
Yes,
She's gonna
please.
be here next week. As I said, she went on vacation. She left me, but it's all good. She's coming
Yeah,
back. Probably
DJ
gonna have a
Lover.
tan.
Can't wait to meet you.
So she's gonna be back next week. Can't wait. Shout out to you, baby girl. Go follow her at DJ Lover, and make sure you go follow our photographer Virginia_Lazo. I don't think she likes that I gave out her IG page, but it's.
But she's highly talented.
You'll see it. You'll see a tag. All right. All right. Look out for the interview. It's coming. I should have the video by tomorrow. It'll be up.
Dope.
And you will see our interview online. All right.
Let's go.
Have a good day, y'all. God bless.
Hey, it's your favorite Aussie, Mel. You're listening to DSN Damatrix